Mike November Romeo's ready.
Mike November Romeo, please for takeoff.
Mike November Romeo.
It's a pass in the Lima, make a straight in approach, you'll be number 1.
Everybody hang on. That's the way we go. Doing with the thing. On that path. Not going to get much outside.
Yeah.
Right here.
just about 5 there. Back in the road, request your aircraft type. Back in the road, here is ZH1016. Mercury is south and
fast. When they have 50 to get in. Up section, panning up the nose. Nice going, right? Nice and wider over there. Transport. You know, it's typical country hospitality. Here's my car, I'm going back to the pub. The air guy doesn't last long.
No, I'll... The old bushy. No, it's not weak, that's millet, isn't it? I must have got some air guard on the stem of the pipe. Too high. What do you do? Go under, go over. I'm going under. Do yourself some damage? No.
Did you bring the second unit?
How long's the game like for the go for?
You can change over.
I just want to go back and... Well, Casey, I'll drive you up there because I want to go back to the airplane. Oh, no, when you're ready. There's no hurry. It's not going to go anywhere.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, you've got till 8 o'clock.
Yeah, but if you put it down and later, might be going
Oh, I wasn't this morning. Just turn on and leave it.
That's right.
Makes it look good. Finished it as Dennis Lilly amongst them.
Chào, đó rồi.
You want it? There. Yep. Out. Let me know who wins the cup and who wins too, will you?
Enough too many bloody streets for them to ride up and down, aren't they?
It's like making notice.
Was well taken in this area by Mark. Logan, and then you
The actually good thing about this one here though, you just leave it running.
Had a little bit of luck in getting off the mark, through the zip area, would have unfed, moved along in time now that there's some sort of true brain, more form. I think he's had to work hard for his runs early in the years. He's done a lot more papers than he's been used to. So we're feeding you at lunch on the second day, Western Australia, 3 for 120. The part of the Victorian first innings so far, but 183. Batsman out, Land for 10, Langer for 9, and Hughes for 16. Woods is not out on 78. He'll be joined after lunch by Ken Matthews. Western Australia, 3 for 120.
Cool, you know, see how it's on. But my bitch, you ain't laying on the side of the brown one. Just line up, do that one. What are you doing? Hey, really good? Take it forward. Take it forward. what? Should have fun you around here, I gotta know, I think.
On your way?
My friend, take some in
Yeah, I think when near in the city, what a buggy is, they would have a bloody food. What was the name of the...
I'm trying to work out
Shut up.
Jim out of bed?
Yeah, beer tasted good this morning. Oh, this early. Good amount of steps. Great day, go for it.
Makes your eyes look terrible.
Come on, Jim! Johnny, you taking these kids for the ride? John, it's half.
Mine's the cheapest. Let's hope there's enough fuel to get back to his mate.
Don't say that.
Two cheers! Take the sunglasses off. Did he believe it?
I always thought it was going to happen.
Good to be alive, isn't it?
Otherwise my kidneys have Hey, John. Leave the car being, he's going to do his choice.
So you think that at least they do is have that in colour. He just overshot the runway.
Just duck jump.
first.
Look at him, he's still up on it. He was still up on the nose.
How far down did you come, or did you just come to here, John?
You landed with a tailwind, John.
Yeah. Probably 4 foot thick. You can turn that bloody thing off.
We could have got in, there's no problem. We reckon we could
We were because it's only 4/8. I asked him whether we could go over the top, and he said Bankstown's closed, IFR only.
I've seen you somewhere.
He was asking about coming down, getting into Sydney, and
They're still trying, you reckon?
Yeah, he was still trying, he'll have to come back. I don't know where he was when he was calling, though.
Who?
John. Max, I should
Max?
say. Yeah. Hey?
This is not Max.
This is John.
No, this is Max.
no, this is Max. John's further along.
No, this is Slapsy.
But you can bet your $1 Tom McGuirk will go up to Warnervale.
Where the hell has he been?
Hello, here he comes. Well, he got nearly as far as we did. It's slow.
There he comes, that's him up there now. Probably.
Oh, no, we've progressed some. Some 50 miles.
That's something.
I wonder if they have microbuses here we can hire.
Oh, you went to Wyong.
Where is the Wyong one?
The Wyong one was the only one I could find. I was in the middle of a bloody great hole.
Looking track.
Yeah. Oh, it's just across the road here.
Yeah, well, I thought this was Wyong. I
No.
thought the Wyong's back in over there.
Yeah, it's only 2 miles across, and
You want to pray it doesn't rain anymore.
It's like a mud strip, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like a canal.
I just couldn't see the bloody thing about 10 feet off the ground.
Oh, okay. You know, we got down to halfway the Barrow Waters.
Oh, so did we. We left Wyong, had a pipe down there, heard you asking all sorts of difficult questions,
So went back up again.
then came back. Yeah.
We reckon we could have sneaked in without any bloody problem.
Well, I reckon this is the end of the flying day. It is
Didn't you hear that helicopter?
Yeah.
There's some helicopter down there Parramatta way saying, oh, it's improving. And this is the sort of stuff that clears at night.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's not the problem.
down there. No, I reckon if we'd gone up around, we could have got in round.
Oh, there's no doubt you could have got through, but when I heard the bloody arguments you were having, I was stuck.
Yeah, well, see, I had a flight plan. If you go off now, no flight plan, they'll only catch you at Bankstown because they're closed to everything but IFR arrivals.
Yeah, but the point was pushing away right down there and then turn around and come back again.
No, bloody hell, you say it was VFR all the way,
Yeah,
and I declare an emergency.
I was wondering about that. Yeah, how do you get on?
Well, they can't say anything. It's only your word against theirs. And you've got 3 passengers to back you up.
Where's this bloke?
Oh, he followed us.
He was on the ground in Cessnock too, wasn't he?
No. Yeah. Pull him, so it's not weak.
Yeah.
Where's your fuel going?
Just enough to reserve to get back, I'd say.
You mean you haven't got a chance to go down and have a look and come back? Max, you know how much fuel we had to get into Cessnock?
Yeah.
All the tanks were like...
That glide.
Sliding just happened. Amazing how you all end up in the same spot now.
I mean, he's got the Moselle.
That's for the train. Get the flag for the train.
Yeah. So what do we do?
Quarter past 2. Train goes through about 4 o'clock.
Yeah, 1-4.
base. John Foxtrot Hotel, your number 1, speed delay.
Yeah, didn't it?
Yeah, runway, please delay the traffic is the Peninsula turning final for runway right.
You got a 1 traffic started.
Traffic approved and zone to overshoot.
Tape and the four different station channels that you can get on it. Is that right? Is that the yeah? But of course, if you've got the portable, you can also use a camera with it, can't you?
How come you get all the luck, Hank? How come you get all the luck? A beautiful day and a pretty girl and flying an aeroplane, what more could you ask for?
On the one nobody else has had.
Well, I haven't had that many people about today.
When it's manifold pressure, well, you could be a little bit better than that. Like you want to be about, say, 24. In fact, 23 is almost the resonance speed, isn't it? 23.
A lot of fun with that?
A bit less. You get the backlash.
You have a lot of fun with that?
You
should figure out a way to mount it on the wing.
You know, between 2250 and 2350. Before,
And he hasn't turned up, and I saw a T18 come here, and it was blowing a bit of a crosswind, and I went home, and I thought it was Alan Blue. I didn't quite get the number, and so he didn't turn up. Both of them, they just want to get out and keep at it. I shouldn't knock them, I suppose. It's better not to fly them to you can't handle it, but gee whiz, it's not that hard, surely. Goodness, man.
so Gerald,
It's got to be perfect conditions before they'll go out. Break it out there, but it take well, I never do that. I this trip I never used the brakes, and you know, the 3 years since I've been out on this trip, I just take down the braking out, and nowhere on the brake pad control. Thanks, Dan, I wore them right out. I never put the brakes on. I never liked either. John, you landed downwind, downhill.
He likes to save fuel, so he pushes it on his down.
Oh, just see how long it falls off.
Yeah, well, I do that too. I'm very weak now. That's like only reading in the 4 days there. I'm going to get my lot.
That's around the hose coming away. Bring the wings back on it now.
Yeah.
And I'll just take the wing home now for a bit of work. Downhill too, John.
Right, yeah. I think a couple of times I've been in, it's favoured the way I came in, so, but...
Well, I find to land this way, you've got aim to cut to the top of the hill, and you'll finish the land way down here, where you do.
I did aim.
It's very difficult to land on the hill.
Stuart, come on. Hey, just pick that up. Come on, back here, over here with me.
That can be. You think I'll be able to turn that?
You know what, I gotta. Hey, John! Hey, John! Hey, Bob! Your brakes all right? Bob!
You gotta go and get a good shot, or you've got a good shot.
One way to get down.
Sure, I don't split down on the
November Romeo, clear to land.
That is splendid.
Another tanker Foxtrot commence station approach number 3 to land. Number 2 aircraft is assisted. Just turning on to final or be more info. Another tanker Foxtrot cutting started. Roger. Next down, Summerall Star November Victor 23150, eastbound include India. Charlie November Victor in a circuit on crosswind. Maintain 1300 until north of the runway complex. Charlie November Victor.
Something to be given away. Do you count on the ground effect? Always?
No. In a case like that, yeah, you're making use of it. But,
Like November Romeo.
What did you say then?
like November Romeo.
I'd say they
Just acknowledge that I'm on this frequency and I'm finished.
Parking areas and area parking.
I really like that ribbing it off the deck over the tree. Yeah. It's great stuff, that. Well, we might go and have a beer, fellas. What do you reckon?
yeah, okay. That's a nice yellow one out there, isn't it? Instead of trying to play around with, just a behind the creek. Oh yeah.
So you find there's all sort of code and static comes through on these, like Morse code and static. So if you turn, otherwise you get a lot of code.
Yes? Alright. Don't worry.
Doesn't make much noise, does it? The guy made a business out of taking his videotape camera up to the snow, filming skiers. They make a tape for him, you know.
Something unbelievable.
Unbelievable is the word indeed, as Peter Jansen described the ride over the top of Mount Panorama in car number 19, one of motorsport's more colourful characters. We're going to recap the class situation for you now. Evan Green going back through the 3 litre class to see who we have in this particular category, and then to the 1600. Of course, we know who is an outright. There's Alan Moffat, as you can see, and Charlie O'Brien, side by side as they come up to the left-hander onto Avco Mountain Straight. Who's going to give way? It won't be Charlie. No way. And Charlie says, all right, Alan, here's a bit of grass. But Alan just has the good outside line, and we'll see if he can pull away from Charlie O'Brien as they steam up Avco Mountain Straight.
All those years with Victor would have made him rather good at handling grass anyhow.
Yes. But Charlie is coming again. He's sitting in drafting. He's going to pull out. So too is the truck. Up to the left-hander. Charlie now makes a wide sweep of this, and he'll try and cut back inside Moffat on the exit of this corner, but they're very, very close indeed. Great scrap this at the moment. As Charlie O'Brien, the outsider, that's nowhere to pass there.
They're having a great old battle there.
Moffat under some pressure at this moment from Charlie O'Brien as they head up towards the top of the mountain.
Moffat in 5th place, and therefore Charlie in 6th. The leaders are Brock, John Harvey, Alan Grice and Bobby Morris. And in 5th place, Alan Moffat. But there's a bit of dispute about that, as you can see. Charlie O'Brien really having a go, and O'Brien got him a hard line here as the other car closed in a little bit, but he slips through.
Beautiful view from our Channel 7 helicopter shows the gap between Alan Moffat and Charlie O'Brien. Now, once again, Dipper, not a great deal between them.
Oh, Moffat is a joy to watch through these bends,
Yes.
Mike. Look at the way he handles that big car through here. He's pulling away from Charlie O'Brien. There's that car on the side there. Roger Cartwright's Escort has gone into the fence there. The driver is okay. The Escort is out of the race. Number 54, Victorian driver. Went into the fence just 2 laps ago while we were visiting Peter Jansen. And thundering down the straight goes Alan Moffat, pulling somewhere around 165 miles an hour. This is where the Fords have the legs, and this is the part of the circuit where he'll try and do well in this race. The man who's won here 4 times has had a pretty lean year this year, but he's showing what braking's all about. Now, you wouldn't imagine him pulling inside a car like he did inside Barry Jones's car, and Barry Jones, in fact, is leading the 3-litre class in the Mazda RX-3. So much faster than the times last year, and yet he was outbraked by Alan Moffat in the Big Ford, and that is great driving. And shows the potential of these cars. They're not finished yet, and that really demonstrated just how complete both car and driver is. You just wouldn't expect him to be getting under the leading car in the 3-litre class under brakes. A car half a ton lighter, and yet Moffat did it and made it look so easy. Up Avco he comes now. Lights on, so the drivers are in no doubt that it's a fast car approaching when they catch the glimpse of that black, wide car in their rear vision mirrors.
Here comes the Volvo once again, Spencer Martin, David Mackay. Moffat coming up to put another lap on them. We'll see how long it takes Moffat to catch him going up to the top of the
Look at this front view, a bit of paper caught on the grill there. It could affect the cooling of the car right in the middle. Still a windy day here and paper being blown across the circuit. The rescue vehicle out to pick up another car. There are cars strewn around this track here. 6 kilometres long, and there seems to be a car per kilometre. Moffat has shaken off the dogged Charlie O'Brien. Maybe Charlie says, OK, Alan, you can have 5th place. I'll sit back here in 6th and we'll decide it in the pits, or when you get a bit tired. It's a long race. Moffat, a much slighter man in build than Charlie O'Brien. O'Brien has the build of a heavyweight boxer. A near young fellow, he'd be 12 years younger than Moffat. Has tremendous endurance. A Queenslander, one of the most promising young drivers in Australia, has driven for the Holden dealer team, now runs for the Phillips team, and has had some really good results this year. Not so much results, but really good form. He was in brilliant form at Sandown in the Hang Ten 400 until he was eliminated in a crash with his teammate Garth Wixon when both of them were put offline by a slower car. And there's Charlie O'Brien just coming into view in the Phillips car as they come thundering down Breville Straight.
I was talking to their patron before the race, and he said that after them running into each other at the Sandown 400 recently, the Hang Ten 400, if they could manage a win here today at Bathurst, he would publicly exonerate them. Which was very embarrassing at Sandown, when the 2 team cars collided and in an overlapping manoeuvre, and that put both of them out of the race. Alan Moffat, we've been following him, lap 33, cart number 25, the signal going out to Moffat.
The race is 1 hour and 20 minutes old, and it'll keep going for a lot longer yet. 163 laps have to be covered to get the full 1,000 kilometre distance.
The last time that we had on Peter Brock a little earlier in the race was in the wire, 2:25s, 2:25.5. Moffat, we were just following.
That's recording there. That's recording there. Even though it's down, even though they're down, it has stopped. That's right. We're getting used to it, I think. Yeah, well, that's true.
Front end, bearing in mind John Fitzpatrick's remarks about the shocks. You can see how the front is dipping there and hitting. Obviously having a little bit of trouble there with lack of damping. He's covered 32 laps. Peter Malloy, who runs the Channel 7 Ron Hodgson team, Bobby Morris, estimates that Moffat and the other big Fords will be coming in about 8 laps time for their first scheduled pit stop. So things start getting pretty hectic in the pits here at Mount Panorama around refueling time. He may take on fresh tyres, although with a new dry brake refueling system explained to you earlier by Chris Economaki, they'll be there for a pretty short time this time, and they'll be looking very closely at the question of changing drivers. Oh, that's the Escort we were talking about before.
Yes.
Into the fence. It looks a pretty sorry sort of mess. 54, the Victorian driver Roger Cartwright, Worcester code ridden with Greg Toffler from New South Wales, and their Escort, as you can see, has really put itself out of the race. You can see the great dent there. He's taken the nose and legs off a camel, and as the Escort, a rival brand, is about to be loaded onto the back of the recovery truck. A great trail of water from the smashed radiator running forward from the car.
That's not in a good spot either.
It's a very dangerous spot.
Particularly if they pull the car out of there, they've got all that water, because a lot of the drivers like to use the tuck-in very, very close, which brings them out within only probably, well, a few centimetres away from the wall there.
Warren Cullen in car 22 has been in strife for a while. The Tirana has engine problems, were reported. He has been in the pits. In the meantime, Alan Moffat moving up on another of the Falcons. Both of the Brian Wood Fords have been in the pits. Murray Carter making a series of stops.
And here comes Charlie O'Brien into the pits also, car number 21. We're bringing you a lot of pit activity during the course of the day.
I don't know whether Gary Wilkinson or Chris Economaki can hear us, but they might like to join in the commentary here when the cars come in if they see things that they'd like to bring in. Are you watching there, Gary?
Alan Moffat. We'll talk to Gary Wilkinson in a moment as soon as he is ready. 25, Moffat going up the top of the mountain. You see the grey sky up there. If it is going to rain at all today, it is going to rain on the top of the mountain, because it is just black in some areas up there and bright sunshine down on the mountain straight. The lead, Peter Brock, lead driver for Marlborough Holden Dealer Team. 05 is the car, prepared by John Shepherd. In second place was John Harvey. We believe that Alan Grice is storming, or has already stormed back into second place, displacing Harvey into third. Bob Morris into fourth place. Alan Moffat is fifth. So that's the running order for outright. The Tony Packard Holden goes through with the slower cars, and Charlie O'Brien
is out of the pits. A pretty quick stop, has refueled, and he's out of the pits, so he hasn't lost a great deal of ground to Alan Moffat. Moffat now just starting to swing around from the top there with a great looming bank of dark clouds behind him onto Breville Straight, down the infamous Conrod Straight, while Charlie O'Brien is rejoining the race just down in the bottom of this group, having come out of the pit exit road on the right of your screens in the top there. There goes Charlie. 47, sweeping through is car number 47, is the Barry Jones car, which he will share with Terry Finnegan, the Mazda RX-3, which is leading the class. And here's the IBM printout of class positions. You can see that there's leading last year's winner, Stephen Maston, in the Capri, who has Phil Lucas, one of the notable sports sedan drivers, as his co-driver, and the Daily Board Capri in third spot. Watch them, because both Daly and Board, Eric Board from South Australia, are people with very strong records in class wins. Eric Board, in fact, has won the class here before, so they know what it's all about. Lacus Maticus and Jeff Leeds in another Capri are in fourth place. Fifth, Laurie Nelson He's won here in the past too, so we've got some top-rated drivers behind the leading car, Barry Jones, out there at the moment in the Mazda, and Mazdas have taken a real lease of life with the change in regulations. They've gained another 8 seconds around here, and are going in fact much better than the RX-7s, which were expected to shine. Certainly a more modern shape, but just don't have the power or the modifications to them yet. There's still some pieces to be homologated, which will make them just that much more competitive in racing, and up with the now outmoded RX-3. The RX-3 might not be a car you can buy anymore, but my golly, it does go quickly.
Okay, action continues, and there's plenty more to follow in the great race, the Hardy Frodo 1000 from Mount Panorama at Bathurst.
Your Sydney Holden dealers announce a special factory bonus clearance. To make way for 1980 stock, GMH is giving dealers huge factory bonuses on brand new 1979 cars, and they're passing these bonuses on to you. Durana S, $1,000 off. Holden Kingswood SL, $1,000 off. Holden Premier, $1,000 off. Statesman SLE, $2,500 off. Terrific trade-ins, immediate delivery, but only on October deliveries. A special factory bonus clearance. See your Holden dealer now.
Down through the history of the English-speaking peoples, we've been searching for better ideas for making the early morning cup of tea. Breville have found that better idea. It's called Teasmade. You fill this with water, this with tea, and set this alarm. And next morning, Breville Teasmade. Worth all the tea in China.
Breville, better ideas sooner. Control the dangers of disease, including cancer from asbestos dust in brake repairs. The amazing new Gurney multi-washer cleans dangerous asbestos dust and hard-packed dirt and grease from brake assemblies in about 10 seconds. Fill the tank with grease heater and water. Charge it with compressed air. It's absolutely safe. Plug into a power outlet. In 20 minutes, the Gurney multi-washer is ready for a day's work with up to 85 pounds per square inch of controllable water blasting power anywhere in your yard or workshop. Ideal for brakes, engines, diffs, gearboxes, suspensions, almost anything. If you're subjecting your men to the dangers of asbestos dust or the mess and grime of conventional cleaning, you need a Gurney multi-washer. Call us for a free, no-obligation demonstration.
Okay, Mark Thatcher in the second of the Peter Williamson prepared cars, number 66 coming through the top part of the mountain. Doing quite well at this stage of the race.
It's Peter Williamson we're following, and he's leading the 2-litre class, car number 66. You can see there on the IBM printout the class positions. The Alfetta of Phil McDonald and Derek Bell in second spot, and in third place another Alfa Romeo, car number 59, the Porter Giovanni car. They're running third in that class. It's the Beninca Motors entry from Victoria, Frank Porter and Tony Giovanni. Another Celica backing up the Peter Williamson entry. Williamson in a great dice there with a 3-litre car, Daly and Board, who are coming in third place in their class. So he's up there where he shouldn't be. He's right up among the bigger cars. And you can see the rundown there as the IBM printout keeps on going through the leaders in the 2-litre class. Trans Dolomites up there in 9th place. The Power Kubler car. And Peter Williamson making things very unpleasant for the Daily Board car, 46. Not liking him there at all because he shouldn't be there. It's the Fury Ford entry, and he's had a great scrap with Terry Daly for a long time. And when Eric Board takes over, there'll be another really fast class driver, so that should be a scrap worth watching. Even though they're competing in separate classes, they're having a great dice. And Peter Williamson is just so close that if he wanted to, he could read the lock number on the booth.
Be fairly close, all right.
I don't think we dare cut to a camera shot within the car, because we do, we might frighten you to death.
Peter Williamson.
Although Jack Fury, your ride, might rather like it because of the big sign that was coming, like sitting in the front row of Cinerama. Barry Seaton, by the way, has been in and out of the pits, just changed fuel, took only 23.9 seconds, which is very rapid time and shows you how fast the dry brake systems are. Alan Moffat's due in fairly soon, and Gary Wilkinson is waiting down the pits.
On that fuel stop, Evan, that you just mentioned, Garth Wigston has changed, or Charlie O'Brien, of course, who did the first in the Phillips entry, came in, took on gas with the dry brake system, a driver change, all in 49.5 seconds. Peter Williamson, we've heard from the driver in the car and the camera. Let's meet him.
Here we are again. I brought my axe with me, so we shouldn't have much trouble this year. If I do get a shunt in the back, I'll certainly get into it pretty quickly, although with the new fueling system, that situation should be avoided. We're looking pretty strong in the class this year, although we're having very, very serious opposition from the Brian Foley Alpha GDV. Today it's been performing very, very well, and it's going to be driven by Derek Bell, and we believe that's going to be our most serious opposition. Mike Quinn is back again this year to drive with me. He's been in England driving Formula Ford 2000, and his experience has been invaluable to us during practice. We've found a few things we've had to change, and we're slowly getting faster and faster. I think it's going to be a real hard-fought battle in the 2-litre cars between us and the Alfetta, and I think we're going to come out on top. I foresee that we should win the class. We should. And we're looking to about a 7th or better outright position at the end of the race. Everything seems to happen in the last hour or so, so we're not sort of hoping to lead or do anything like that, but surely in the last hour we will see where we're going to be.
Peter Williamson talking about what he hoped to do. I know he had the nose of the Celica in the back of the Fury Ford Capri.
He'll be trying to hang on to Terry Daly there because he needs the tow. It's giving him just a little bit extra, like a couple of horsepower there, the aerodynamic drag. He's in the rough air behind the Capri, where the pressure is not so great, and he's closing up, and this means he's going a little faster than he probably would have expected to, and that's bad news for Derek Bell and Phil McDonald in the Alpha, who don't want to see any more distance open up between themselves and the twin-cam Celica that they're trying to catch, but that's what's happening. And even though he's involved in a fairly desperate dice there and looks as though he's trying to pass all the time, I would rather think that Peter Williamson is fairly happy to be just behind the Fury Ford, except in the places where maybe he thinks it slows him up a little bit, like through these bends on the way up, around through the sweep there, down the hill. Be very happy, but not maybe through the bends. In the meantime, here they come. It's a great old dice between these two. Terry Daly, who knows what it's all about up front, and is trying to get rid of him. He doesn't like having Peter Williamson on his tail. He's trying desperately to shake him off.
Oh, and how close is he, though, coming through this part of the circuit?
Well, Daly doesn't want to make a mistake. Williamson hovering out there, that'd be a most unnerving sort of line for a driver to be taking. And Alan Moffat behind them, about to make life unpleasant for both of them. Now, Peter has got his hands really full, watching ahead. He will have noticed that Moffat is behind him. But at the moment, he's not going to worry too much about it because Moffat won't make ground on him through these bends here. Yet watch Moffat in the background, that great big car. He really is very nimble through the corners. This is where the Falcon will blast by, and Williamson might try and get hold of it. No, he's gone the wrong way. He might have tried to pull out and get a bit of extra tow from Moffat's car, but Moffat's gone, and Williamson has lost the chance. Now he'll hang on to the Capri, because it'll pull away from him. But this is where Peter Williamson will gain just those few extra kilometres an hour, still just hanging on to the drag behind Daly's car. He should close up a little bit under brakes. He hasn't quite got the power down the straight. You can see the gap opening up, but in these last, say, 200 metres where Williamson applies the brakes, he'll do it later than Daly, and he should start to close up. We'll watch in this area. Notice that front wheel, that left-hand inner wheel was up for a good 50 metres as he wheels through the corner then. Now they're in pit straight, and once more Peter Williamson is close. He'll make a move on the inside to get up very close to try and get the tow behind Daly as once more they go up Avco straight.
As they head off up Avco Mountain Straight, just pulling onto the track behind them was Colin Bond, who's back in the Thompson Ford entry with a new gearbox.
Gee, there's a cheeky manoeuvre.
Oh, goodness me. You'd have to call out the militia to stop Peter Williamson. He will just drive and drive and drive and harass any competitor, particularly the 3-litre class. He just loves. That was a wild manoeuvre there on the. I think he's looking for an inside pass coming off here. He really is using the term drafting.
They're catching up to Parsons and Tom Radbold in the Falcon, which is it pulled up in the middle of the pit straight some time ago, just stopped, then got going again. Not going very quickly at the moment, as you can see, as the smaller cars are moving on the inside.
Here's Williamson once again back on the tail of the Fury Ford Capri.
Well, great class racing this. The 3-litre car of Terry Daly coming third in the 3-litre class, and the 2-litre Toyota of Peter Williamson leading his class. He lost ground on the way up the mountain because that's where the extra power, the greater torque of the 3-litre V6 Capri would have counted. And now Peter Williamson once more to do it desperate on the way down. This is real Dan Daring stuff. And Williamson will try and get very close so that he can get the extra drag from Daly on the way down the straight. He can't afford to get too far back. If I were him, I wouldn't be so close. So what's he going to do?
Daly went very wide too on that particular corner, and I think that enabled Williamson marginally to close up. Once again, the battle royal continues on Conrod straightaway. The Breville straight for the 79 race.
A little bit further back. It could be, in fact, that Peter Williamson has decided to get a little further back to get some extra air in the engine. He can't be too hot. Oh, it's raining, as you can see. We're back in Peter Williamson's car, and there is rain falling on the top of the mountain and a little bit down the side of the straight. You can see for yourself the number of drops. What's happening, Peter?
Very little. I think it's the lane. What's it look like up the back? Up the mountain?
It looks pretty grey as though rain's falling up there.
Oops. That's the wrong way. That's the way to Bathurst. This is the way from Bathurst to Mount Panorama.
Car 42 is the Lynn Brown, Brian Boyd entry of BMW. Beautifully shaped car, rather disguised by the strange paintwork they've applied to it. In the meantime, back with Peter Williamson and his continuing battle with Daly in the Fury Ford.
Perhaps we might be able to shortly get Peter Williamson to take us for half a lap and tell us exactly the problems now of rain.
Well, it's dry in this part of the circuit, as you can see, and that's awful when you've got rain in one part and dry in the other. There the brakes go on, and Terry Daly applying them, and he's trying to shake up Williamson, takes a different line on the inside. Willow follows. Up the hill they go. This is real leech stuff as he clings to the tail. This is where the greater power of the Capri will tell, but Peter Williamson's not going to let him get too far away. You can see what understeer means there. You can see how those front wheels are turning in more than the car's going. A very graphic illustration of the way the driver is fighting to get round those corners. And the roughness of the track under the trees. Not too rough? Is it raining up there, Peter? What's happening?
Okay.
Well, it's okay, as he said, and you can see the track here is a little drier than it was last time, so maybe the rain has been blown away. It was just starting to rain around here. On go the brakes from Daly.
Oh, and we have a shower of rain even down here in pit straightaway at our commentary box. Rain starting to just tick away at the windows. Not heavy rain, but enough that when mixed with some of that oil that's on the racetrack around, it's going to make things rather precarious for the drivers.
You can see there very graphically how close they go to the fence there. The wheels out at understeer angle, and now away goes Daly. He gets the extra squirt from the 3 litres of 6-cylinder engine. Off he goes. Now can Peter Williamson hold on?
Moffat coming in for his pit stop. Here he is, Alan Moffat, first pit stop in 4th place in the race.
All right, Alan Moffat is making his first routine pit stop, and there's trouble in the pits. It was supposed to be for fuel only. The outside tires, in addition to some look at the smoke. So the brakes here.
Okay, Alan Moffat is directing a pit operation.
He has not led the race, and they're changing the left rear tire as well. But in the pit's almost a minute.
This is a pretty slow pit stop, Chris, isn't it?
Holding him back. We're looking down at the left rear wheel. A bit of a problem. That was an unexpected change. Remember now that no tires were to have been changed on it. We've got the clocking on the stop here at 1 minute 18 and 19/100 seconds.
Krista Kolonaki, maybe too long a stop, would you think, for Alan Moffat's race chances?
I don't think he could probably hear, Evan, with all the noise of the cars going past in the pits.
I think, in fact, he's gone into safety. It's rather a hazardous place out there, and Moffat is going out on the track.
With Brock.
That's right.
Closing up, heading up the straightaway once again. We'll have to wait and see whether it was Brock or Harvey.
Moffat, though, certainly among the fast cars as he comes over the top of APCO. He's got a whole host of cars who haven't yet stopped and are leading the race all around him. You can see the Marlborough Holden dealer team car behind, and the car bumping and thumping on the front end. That shock absorber problem that John Fitzpatrick was telling us about manifesting itself. You watch him as he comes up through BP cutting, where a lot of stress will be thrown onto the outside of the car, and the way the front of the car behaves. Let's watch him. Not too bad around the corner, but not so good on the hump.
Once again, over the top part of the circuit. Alan Moffat, the spoiler just dipping into the, just touching the asphalt there, and then we have...
If they don't reflect human need, if they don't touch people where they are hurting, then all the expensive government-sponsored surveys remain aloof academic exercises.